Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hoy viene ceviche. Feliz martes. That's happy Tuesday for all of you that don't know Spanish. Today we're gonna do a Chilean sea bass ceviche that's studded with strawberries and tomatoes. Unlike a classic ceviche, which uses lemon and lime juice to cure the fish, I'm gonna start with cutting my sea bass into nice slices. A little bit of salt, and then I'm gonna cure my ceviche with white balsamic vinegar. I use the white balsamic vinegar because it's acidic, but it's sweet, almost like a white wine flavor. So we're gonna cure this. Curing is we take the fish, the raw fish, and we add acid to it, which creates a chemical reaction that cooks the fish right before our eyes. You'll see in a few minutes all this translucent Chilean sea bass will turn bright white. While that's curing, I'm gonna make our base and our garnish for our strawberry tomato ceviche. So first, I have this overripe, vine-ripe tomato. You can see it's really soft and mushy. That's kind of what I want. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna cut it in half, take out the core, and then just whack it up, and I'm gonna throw it into my Cuisinart. My Cuisinart here has a bit of tomato paste and some sambal olek, which is sort of, it's a sriracha, but with the whole chunks of chilies in it. And then I'm gonna take the other half, throw it all in there. Now I'm gonna take my strawberries. I'm looking for the ones that aren't that pretty, because those ones are all going into the mix inside the Cuisinart. The nice ones we're gonna use as garnish. So I'm gonna take some strawberries, and a little bit more of the white balsamic vinegar. Some salt, of course. That's gonna help the tomatoes bleed and all the flavors come together. And then we're gonna chop it up, baby. Make a smooth puree out of it. Now we have a nice smooth puree of strawberries and tomatoes. I use a bit of the tomato paste. The richness will pull it all together. We're gonna put that in our bowl and reserve it. We're gonna keep it cold because nobody likes hot ceviche. As you can see, we're halfway through the curing process. This has only been, I don't know, about 2 or 3 minutes. So you can see that the translucent of the fish has now turned white. This is what has created the cooking process or curing process that the acid has attacked the proteins and is now creating a cooked product. Still raw, but it's in and around cooked, cured. Smoked salmon is cured, same thing. So while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna take my good strawberries and I'm gonna just make some nice dices so that when we toss it together with the fish, we got something to really chew on. You'll know what flavors are actually in this ceviche. And then I'm gonna I have a shallot. I like using the shallots because they're not as strong as the red onions. So the shallot's a little milder. We're gonna make also some thin slices. And then I'm gonna take my good tomato. We're gonna take some nice, thick, sweet slices of vine-ripe tomatoes. And we're gonna make that diced as well. And then I have scallions here. You see how we've started to make a strawberry tomato salad. I'm gonna take some scallions or green onions. That's what's gonna give that vibrant pop, a little crunch. Also the other side, love it. And then we're gonna finish it with a good dose of cilantro. Watch your fingers, watch your fingers, watch your fingers. All right, see how we have a nice strawberry tomato salad? Now we're gonna take half of the white balsamic vinegar that we used to cure the fish, and I'm gonna just discard it, just throw it away. Don't forget, we have white balsamic vinegar in the strawberry tomato mixture, so that's why I threw away half of it. Now I'm gonna take our strawberry and tomato garnish and add it to the bowl of fish. Now you get a spoon, a nice heaping spoonful of the strawberry tomato, and then we're gonna give it a nice light toss. And you can see how the fish has adhered to both the strawberries and the tomatoes. It also has a nice twang from that white balsamic vinegar. And then we're gonna take a bowl because we need to serve the ceviche ice cold. I've already taken the liberty and crushed some ice. Make a little space for our bowl, which we're gonna present. And then we're gonna give this one last toss. We're gonna taste it. Make sure we don't need any seasoning. Could use a little salt. And then we switch the spoons because this is all for you. And then we're gonna just layer the fish and strawberries and tomatoes into that bowl of ice. And then I took the liberty in popping some popcorn. In Ecuador, when they serve ceviche, it's classic to use popcorn. It's sort of like our potato chips and sandwiches. This is their sandwich and potato chips. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of popcorn. That way you have a little texture, a little crunch, a little flavor for your ceviche. And then if you like some corn tortillas, that's some nice corn tortillas for dipping. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, Ceviche 101, the flavor style.